I want to thank Reverend Kate Rogers for opening her heart and inviting us all in to this sacred event, this auspicious moment called the Way of Meditation. As has been stated, I am Agape Francis Beckwith, and it is my honor and my pleasure to facilitate this day's meditation. Giving thanks to my brother, Reverend Michael, who has taken some time off, and it makes me mindful of an old joke that Buddha doesn't get day off. So though he's not here, he's not off. He's still anchoring the light and the love and the joy of the Spirit as all of us are. So, the way of meditation this morning, I got to catch my breath because I came running down the... yes, let's just take a moment to be still. As I was driving in this morning, my cousin and I, Thelma, we got to see the sun rise over the hill. And she mentioned that there are two things that happen every day in silence. That is the sunrise and the sunset. So I'm just imbibing that and seeing that inner spiritual sun. I invite you to do the same. To just take the sunlight that we see in the sky and take it within and close your body's eyes for a moment and take that sun inside, the spiritual sun that never sets, that is always rising. That is who we are, the Son of God. So as you open your eyes and you think about the light that we are, the acronym LIGHT, living in God's holy thought. Each of us is a thought in the mind of God, a holy thought, a pure idea in the mind of God. I was contemplating this last night, that what is thought? If we could dissolve everything down into one thing, even if we just called it a thing, it would be thought. If God is pure, unadulterated, unconditioned thought, what am I? If I am the spiritual image and likeness of God's thought, I must be a whole thought. I must be flawless, blemishless, errorless. My being, not the identity that is Agape Francis, that has experiences and falls and gets up and learns and teaches. Not that, but the being, the essence of God itself, the pure thought, I am. Before God was, I am. I said that. Before God, before the concept of God was, I am. The nominal, nameless, numberless something, the all that moved upon itself vibrationally and came forth creation, came forth I amness, came forth all of us. This is who we are. And as Reverend Kate was reading Kimberly Caranova's book about intention and willingness and fullness, and all I could hear was, I am. No matter what I call it, no matter what synonym I give to it, or how I try to describe the indescribable, it's always the creative force dancing upon itself and revealing itself as creation, as music, as pure creative thought. The thought that is eternal, not the ephemeral mentating that we do, calling it thinking, not the conditioned mind that is disingenuous often as well. But I'm speaking about ingenuity, not that. I'm talking about the pure creative intelligence that creates universes, that creates stars, that creates a body temple that's pure energy without being physical. That is what I'm talking about, and that is what the Dharma talk is about. It's about what is our Dharma. What does Dharma mean? I, for one, have been reading the Gita lately, reading about Lord Krishna speaking to his student Arjuna, and everything in that book speaks to us surrendering and offering all of our activities and even the fruits of our activities to the Spirit of the living God, to Krishna, to the Christ within, to the God presence, realizing that we are at one with it. So our only purpose, our only dharma is to reveal that. I know many of us, myself included, of course, have always wondered what our purpose was, what my function is in this world. Well, I've come to realize that if that created me didn't have a purpose for me, I don't have a purpose. I'm making it up. So what I've come to realize in sincere devotional searching is the Creator does have a master plan for us. Pharoah Sanders wrote a song about it. Leon Thomas sang it, and now I'm speaking it. There is a master plan for us, but it's written on our heart. It's not in our brain. It's not in our conditioned mind. It's in the unconditioned Christed mind, the mind that God created and gifted us with, and somehow we've come in and split it. And now we're in the process of restoring that one Christed mind, the mind of God, that is our true nature, that is our true mind. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that with meditation. And not just sitting in our chair, but walking as Master Thich Nhat Hanh masterfully taught us, washing dishes as Brother Lawrence taught us, changing diapers as every mother and father on the planet has taught us. Everything we do with a conscious intention and a willingness to offer to the Spirit is a holy act. It's not just up here speaking or healing people. That's just byproducts of the isness of God. We get to speak. We get to perform so-called healings. We get to have songs sung through us because we were created to do that. We didn't create ourselves. We didn't come up with it. It came through us as itself. So I'm rejoicing in this moment, as you can probably tell, in just the idea of our creation. I feel so good every time I remember I didn't create me. Oh my God, the pressure's off. I didn't create me. Something created me. Something wondrous, super intelligent. I think they call it omniscience. It's everywhere in its intelligence. It's omnipresent. It's everywhere in its presence. And it's what else? Omnipotent. It is the only power everywhere, spread across the universe. As it says in the Bible, heaven is spread across the earth, but we see it not because we look through the eyes of duality instead of the one eye of the Christ. No more. We have the technology and the technique to be centered, to let our eye be single, where we can see through the mind of Christ. So seek first the kingdom of heaven within, and everything that we possibly could imagine is already added. We have the technology. We have the technique. As simple as sitting on a rock by a stream, or sitting in your backyard, or sitting in your living room, or laying in your bed, or being in an ashram, a temple, a mosque. It doesn't matter. Meditation is the way that leads to the truth, and we are that light. So if you're meditating at home or you're meditating here, it doesn't matter. It all takes us to the same place, to the kingdom, the queendom, the presence within, where we are nurtured, where we're carried, cradled, all of the synonyms and adjectives that describe the love of God that created us, that we walk in, that we carry, and that we dispense through our seeing, through our speaking, through the activity of love. Right now, we're experiencing once again over the past 2 years, the CE, not common era, but COVID era. And now we've come into an era of wars and rumors of wars. But I must say, you and I, us, we are here to mitigate all of that by the truth of our being, by the speaking of our word, by the opening of our hearts. There is something called the Antakarana, the web of life, where we're all connected. No one is alone. Everyone feels and senses the same thing. Right now, here at the Agape International Spiritual Center, we are vibrating at the highest level of love. And we're allowing that to be extended throughout this entire planet for all of our brothers and sisters to be touched and to be remembered. If they don't remember who they are, we do, because we know there's only one life, one presence, one act, one actor, and one activity. That is God activity. And we are the midwives. We are the bridges for all of that energy to pour in to this planet as we ground it and anchor it and let the intelligence that is God, that knows what to do, how to do it, and is the doer itself, let it have its way as us. We've had enough. We've all done everything we need to do. We've made up our little pseudo kingdoms. We've experienced all our treasures and gifts that we've come up with. It's time now to turn at the age and the dawning of Aquarius to give our consciousness back to God. And through that, all the stuff that we may be concerned about, wars, rumors of wars, lack in our bank accounts, relationships dissolving and evolving, all of that is already handled inside the kingdom within. Let us trust and allow that intelligence, omniscience, that power, omnipotence, that everywhereness, omnipresence, have its way with us. So we're going to sit in meditation and we're going to listen. And I know many of us do various meditation techniques. Throw your technique away today. Throw it away. Let's dedicate, as they do in a lot of meditation practices, they dedicate their meditation seat to their guru or to their teacher or to their God presence. And I invite you to dedicate this meditation today to love. Not for your health, not for your bank account, not for your relationship, not for anything other than being available to the Spirit. And as I said, and as it says scripturally, seek first, and all the things we think we're concerned about, the appearance of needs, they're swallowed up. They melt into the presence of God, and they are handled. So let us dedicate this meditation time to love, to discarding, dissolving, disregarding any grievance we hold against ourselves, any self-judgment, any regret or remorse. Just breathe and let it go, because it doesn't serve anymore. And to tell the truth, it never did. It was just resistance to build our spiritual muscles so we could say, not that, this. Not that, this. Not in judgment, not in anger, just our superpower of choice. We choose. Reverend Kate laughed. That's our superpower. They're always talking about Marvels and all the Hulk. Man, superpower is choice. I get to choose to agree with God, or I get to choose not to. That's a superpower. So I invite you to use your superpower now to, if you can, stand up. If you like, move your body, put your hands together, open the body temple up. This is our temple. This is the temple of the living God. This is where we worship. As it says in the teachings of the Christ, you know what it says. It's not in mountains, it's not in temples, it's not in kivas in Arizona. It's right here within, right there in the threefold flame. So after you've awoken your body, I invite you to have a seat and allow the body's eyes to close. And as you put your feet firmly upon the floor beneath you, or whatever your meditation posture is, cross-legged, let us all energetically Because we all are energy. We're not physical beings. We're going to allow the music of the soak meditation to wash over us as we energetically shoot our roots deep into Mother Gaia, deep into Mother Earth. We anchor ourselves in this space. And before we put our attention on our breath, I invite you to welcome the breath from the top of our heads to the bottom of our feet. Feel the breath coursing through our entire body. Just feel it. Feel the body temple. Bless it with a thought of thankfulness for carrying us in this dimension. The breath is breathing us. How good it is to remember and to be remembered that we are the holy image and likeness of God itself. We remember the radiance of our remembered innocence, the innocence in which we were created, whole and complete, perfect beings of light and love and intelligence. I am. Bringing our awareness to the breath itself now, allowing and letting. We're not efforting, we're not pushing, we're not doing anything, but being present in this moment of now. Letting the breath be the breath as it moves where it needs to move and how it needs to move. And we gently and lovingly observe the breath. And we move into the stillness of our heart, allowing our heart to open naturally, allowing light to radiate through us as we live in God's holy thought. We breathe, we remember, we meditate in and of the Spirit. Let it be so. present in the presence. Alert, awake, aware. I am. How good it is to take the time to renew our covenant with our inner self, our higher self. to renew our covenant with the pure creative intelligence that created us in itself as itself. Indeed, this is a good time to be in time because we are awake, aware, and alert to the presence. It is from this awareness that I speak the word for all of us tuning in to the infinite, all of us that are in tune with the infinite, all that are a part of the Agape nation, all that are touched by the prayer of oneness that we are involved in, as once again the radiance of our remembered innocence falls freshly upon our awareness, and we allow the Spirit to go before us, making our way its way. Indeed, how good it is. So as we rest in the surety of omnipotent, omniscient omnipresence, we simply and profoundly, thankfully let it be. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Aho. Alhamdulillah. Whew.
Thank you so much, Master Practitioner Kline Beckwith. I know you felt and sensed and tuned into the activity, the compelling activity of unconditional love that birthed you into this dimension in a wondrous and awesome way as we dedicated that sitting to love. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Kline. And now is our time of conscious giving. I'm going to just invite you to be in gratitude. As Reverend Michael likes to remind us, Agape is not backed by any kind of corporation except the corporation of God as you, right here and right now. So I invite each of us to tune into a field of loving gratitude. And what that means is, even if this is your first time and you've tuned in and stayed with us, or whether you're a long time, a veteran attendee of the center, whether online or in person, just contemplate something that you are grateful for that has come through the service, whether it is a teaching or a practice, whether it's a class or something you attended. You know, there's a master class coming along on March 18th. We might say more about that like in a minute. And just contemplate gratitude. I know for myself, as a founding member, I am extremely grateful for this community. I behold always that love has made a way in all ways to clarify itself within my own soul. So I'm grateful for the teachings of Agape, for the intention and the discipline and the practice that Reverend Dr. Michael continually evokes in himself. As we said, he may not be here physically, but he's continuing to be in practice, holy, sacred practice. He's constantly in that. And that becomes as a beacon of light to many, inviting each of us into holy practice within ourselves. So think of something in gratitude that Agape has brought to you. And I just invite you, as you begin to prepare your offering, to join with me in prayer, just as a blessing of the offering. And I take this moment of holy, sacred knowingness. I'm so grateful to know that the living light of love is present in each one, that we can never outgive God, that always all substance comes from one source, one awareness, one consciousness, one. Each one here being willing to re-gift what God has already given through them and as them to this beloved community, that it may flourish and bring forth, more of itself in this dimension that we call the earth plane. But it's God's way of being itself here on earth. So I bless our offerings, our tithes, our donations, and I'm grateful. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Some of the ways that you can give, of course, if you're on the Agape website, agapelive.com, you know that you can go to the banner. You're on a safe, secure website, and you go up to the top of the page, and there's a banner, and you can click on that, and there comes up for you a donate button. So if you're on, let me see, if you're on our Facebook page or Reverend Michael's Facebook page, I believe there's a donate button. If you're on YouTube or any of the other social media sites, you can go to agapelive.com and look for that same banner. Let's see. Of course, you can text to donate. I know that's right here. If you text GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 424-321-6243, your phone will lead you through the giving aspect of being a powerful donating presence that keeps this community fulfilling the mission and the vision. That's what we're about. You can always mail in your donations. Some of us like to give every which way, a little here, a little there. Auto tithe, which we're going to be talking about. I do many of these things, all of these things. You can mail in your donations to Agape International Spiritual Center, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, 90211. And as you know, it'll always be on time and in time. So if you're watching the archives and that profound teaching that came through Akili, you know you're going to want to give. And we would be glad to receive it so that we may fulfill our vision. So thank you so much. You can continue to do that, and we're going to have just some highlighting of announcements from Reverend Jason.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. Good morning, Agape. I have a few highlights for you today, and I'm inviting you to visit the Agape website at agapelive.com for more details on all of this. Remember, all of these times are in Pacific time. Do you pray, or are you drawn to prayer? Or maybe you feel disillusioned by prayer and that it's ineffective. Or are you curious about prayer but have so many questions about it? Then join Reverend Michael and a dynamic lineup of stellar teachers for the free live online masterclass, What is Prayer? Friday, March 18th at 5:30 p.m. and learn about the mystical, empowering, and transformative power of prayer. At this event, you will discover what happens when you pray, learn how to prayer connects you to the divine, understand how prayer changes the way you see yourself and the world. Hear personal testimonies of healing and transformation through prayer, and so much more. This interactive masterclass will also feature a live Q&A, so don't miss the opportunity to learn more about the effective power of prayer. Register today at agapelive.com. Then register today for the class, The Power of Prayer. Learn to pray the Agape way. Join us for this 6-week online course featuring the powerhouse team of teachers, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, Akili Beckwith, and Reverends Deborah Johnson, Susie Lula, myself, Jason Davion Mitchell, Kim Stanwood Terranova, who is our speaker today, and Victoria Thomas, anchored weekly by Reverend Carlton Thibaut. You will be guided on the foundation and structure of Agape's unique prayer technology, the 6-step affirmative prayer. Discover and embody your unique prayer voice and learn to pray in an empowering way. This class begins Tuesday, March 22nd. Visit the university page at Agape Live to register today. You have been listening to Soak Vibrational Technology as you practice meditation today. And here's an exclusive offer for all of you Agape folks. Sign up for the premium access, put in Agape 70 when checking out, and you will receive 70% off first month access. Go to soak.com, S-O-A-A-K, click on premium membership and enter the code Agape 70 today. Teen Agape, ages 14 to 19, meets online at 11:15 a.m. For info and to join, click the Teen Agape banner on the website. Preteens ages 9 to 13 will meet today at 2 p.m. Children ages 3 to 8 will meet today at 3:30 p.m. Both are live on Zoom. To join and to get your Agape Youth Fun Packs, email revleon@agapelive.com. The Prices Support Clinic offers Zoom mini counseling sessions every Monday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. To receive details on your first come, first serve complimentary one-on-one session with a licensed practitioner, email crisissupport@agapelive.com. This is offered to the community at large, so anyone may attend. Loving Hands Unite, the Adoption, Foster Care, Fertility Ministry will have their monthly meeting this Friday, March 11th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. If you would like support with any aspect of the adoption process, please email lovinghandsunite@agapelive.com to receive the Zoom link and join us. Join the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer Plus Ministry Saturday, March 12th at 3 p.m. for their Zoom gathering. Our speaker is Reverend Joanne Coleman. She presents The Bible Comes Alive in a multi-series. Please contact LGBT@agapelive.com for Zoom information, passcode, and any other information. See you there. Monday through Saturday, see you on Facebook at 8 a.m. for daily prayer and 12 noon for meditation. Go to agapelive.com for details. And finally, Agape Spiritual Community Gathering is in session. Join us every Friday at 5:30 p.m. and connect in community for an enriching, inspiring gathering led by our Agape practitioners and ministers. Email scg@agapelive.com for more information. Peace and blessings, Agape.
Thank you so much, Reverend Jason. So that master class and that class, I'm sure Reverend Jason said it, but so our speaker today, Akili, is a part of that. So you want to know more about his consciousness, you can tune into both of those. So let's take a moment and just gather our attention around the offering that's pouring out richness and abundance and wealth for each and every one. Of course, it begins that Spirit has poured out richness and wealth through you in whatever way is yours. Tithing is a spiritual practice, and as you give, it is pressed down and running over. So join with me to bless your offerings and all of the offerings that are pouring into the center right now in support of the vision, the mission, the intention, and the purpose. So together in a unified field of consciousness, I speak the word blessing the offering. I give thanks that it is pressed down and running over, that it is blessed and a blessing for the one who gives, from the giver to the receiver, that it is pressed down and running over in every way and in all ways, that abundance is a natural active flow of God consciousness into this dimension of loving presence. So all are blessed, and that there is more than enough of every good and perfect thing to fulfill this offering, that all needs are met, all needs are met, all needs are met for each one tuning in and for the Agape International Spiritual Center of Truth. This is what I stand in and know, and this is what I'm grateful for. I release the living word of love as God's own, surrendering it, knowing it fulfills itself. I let it be, saying, it is done. Amen. Love to you, everyone. We're going to have a chant, and then Akili will do our benediction. I just invite you. I know many of you will come back to either our 8:30 or our 11 a.m. service, 8:30 meditation, also at 11. And our magnificent speaker today is the Reverend Kim Stanward Terranova, and Darren Dean is our musical inspiration. So you know you're going to want to be here and hear that. So we're going to hear some chant. Then I'm going to invite Akili to do our benediction.
I'm tired of the guilt.
Yes.
That brings me pain.
This is one of the songs Reverend Michael wrote.
Now is the time for me to let go of the shame. The past behind me, I see anew. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready.
I think that's Charles Holt. I forgive me. How good it is to acknowledge that all forgiveness is self-forgiveness, and as I forgive, I reveal the absolute truth of our being. What appears to cover up the light is forgiven and dissolves in the light. So giving thanks now for all that we have received here this morning in our contemplation and in our meditation, as we've listened to the Spirit within, transmute and transformed we are. We let God be God through and as us this day and every day. Being blessed and a blessing, we let it be. And so it is. Amen. Amen.